So Jody's going to be our lovely model. Miss Vanna. The plan is that when and if we have an outbreak, our housekeeping services are going to have kits done up for us so that we're not scrounging and trying to find out in a hurry where are our gloves, where are our masks, where are our things that we need to keep ourselves safe. So when we go into a room with infection, we know that somebody's got either influenza, COVID, noro. We're not even sure what they have yet. We want to stay protected. So the personal protective equipment, so PPE for short, is standard equipment that everybody's going to have access to. We're in the process of acquiring what it is that we need for preventative measures. So there's lots of this going to come at you guys later on, but for this point now, what you want to do again is just make sure your hands are clean before you put clean gear on. So you want to start with your gloves, or your gown, sorry. Wrong. Don't answer that question on the test. You always make sure the gown is on with the opening to the back. And you want to make sure that the gown is big enough to cover your body. If it's not, then you use the second gown to make sure that you're well covered.
Backwards, yeah.
And then you're going to make sure that this cut is tied. It's purpose for ties. I can't tell you how many times. Oh, I'm just going really quick. But then you bend over, and then that gown slides. And then that person coughs on you, and you've got those germs running down the front of you as well. So you want to make sure that it's tied at the top, and as well as the waist. A lot of times as healthcare providers, working in healthcare environments, the middle one is never tied. It just reinforces that protective barrier for yourself, and it's for the other residents that you're caring for.
And I know especially during an outbreak, you guys, we're always rushed. We want to make sure everybody is taken care of. Take the extra 30 seconds, minute, whatever it is that takes to make sure that you are protected, because you are going to be helping everybody else. And if you go down, then that's no good. So.
And if for any reason your gown should rip, sometimes manufacturers don't have the best quality gowns. If your gown rips, you take it off and you start again, because you want to maintain that barrier.
Okay.
So then with your gown on, next thing you're going to do is put your mask on.
A common question is, what side goes out? Is it the blue side or is it the white side?
So obviously, I remember it is wherever your straps are, that's the side that faces your face. So it would always be this way. So think about where the straps are attached to the
Where
mask.
the attachment is onto the mask, that's going to be facing you.
Because it's easier to do that instead of flipping it up over top. And then when your mask is on, you want to pinch there's always a little piece of metal there, you want to bridge that to your nose. And then once that's on, you want to put your gloves on, or if you have eye protection,
Which you know right now.
you're going to put that on as well. Usually you use eye protection if you know somebody's going to be coughing, or if you're going to be doing any kind of procedure that's going to cause flashback or spray from whatever procedure you're doing. And then finally, what you're going to do is you're going to put your gloves on. And as you're putting your gloves on, you want to make sure that they come up over top of the sleeves of your gown. Again, making sure that there's minimal exposure to your own skin. An important thing with gloves is you want to make sure that they fit snugly, but not so snug that when you go to move and you open up your hands, that they're going to tear. But you don't want them so big that when you go to do something too, they're sliding off and you have to keep constantly fidgeting. So now Jody's ready to go into the isolation room.
Any questions so far?
Great.
Should be protected.
Either you're wrong or this is wrong.
Yeah.
Because gown, gloves. So you get gown, mask. So there is no gown,
What
mask.
question are we? Oh no, those are options. Those are options, right?
Yes, still, but there is
So
no
what's
gown
the
and
next
mask. So there is no like answer to you.
Did we miss something? Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll have a discussion.
We're gonna film Megan. We're gonna
We'll film
film
it.
Megan. We'll film Megan. This is Megan's proud.
Good, I am. Smart fella.
Alright.
So then now, Jody's been in the room.
Okay guys, I've been in the room. I've done everything I need to do for care. We want to make sure that we never step outside of a room with our isolation gear on at all. Not even if you've run inside and, oh, you know, I haven't even come in contact with Mrs. Smith. I just need to go out and tell somebody this or go answer a call bell. You never leave a room with your isolation gear still on. It has to come off inside the room. The only time we ever want to see anybody in a hallway with isolation gear on because they're about to go into a room. You never exit with your isolation gear on. Okay? So go ahead, Megan.
First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your gloves off.
And the best way to do it is to pinch the palm of one of your hands. I usually do my non-dominant hand. And glove comes off. Put in a little ball. And then you're going to take your finger on the inside. Don't let it touch the outside of the glove. And inside out. Okay?
Then ideally there would be a
Toss.
garbage can
Yep.
somewhere close by.
Ideally. Make believe. Yep.
And then your gown is the next item to come off.
So
Because
you,
it's the next dirty.
yep, it's the next dirty. So I'm going to tear the gown and roll it inside out. I'm not gonna touch everything here. So I'm going to tear at the nape of the neck. And then I'm gonna tear at the back. And then I'm going to roll it inside out. And if my hands get dirty, not a huge deal because we're going to
Wash.
exactly. So I just roll, touching the inside of the gown as much as possible, and then that's my bridge.
And then if Jody had eye protection on, she'd do her eyes
Mhm.
protection.
Making sure we don't touch our face. We grab from the back and take our eye protection off.
And then finally she'd take her mask off.
Now what I like to do first before taking my mask off is wash my hands first because I am getting so close to my face. So I in between wash my hands, take off my mask, making sure I don't touch my face, toss it, and then do a final hand wash before exiting the room. Okey-doke. Any questions about that at all? The order? Anything? No.
So the garbage can should be inside the room or outside?
Garbage can will always be inside the room,
Inside.
never outside. Always inside.